Took me like 3 minutes to get 7 of them, and it's taken me 45 minutes to get the one off. Woo! Ah! Got it. Well, I'm doing an oil change and some spark plugs on this thing. The other day it had a misfire. We went shopping like 2 hours away. Engine light comes on, traction control light comes on, and misfire. So I didn't have anything with me, so I had to go get a code reader. Just a super cheap one. Tools, whatever that I needed to figure out this misfire. Go buy them. I googled it just so I got all my tools are here. I didn't need to buy like a whole another socket set, so I just went and bought like the socket I needed, the wrench. Cheap scan tool was like 40 bucks, and read the code, and it was cylinder 2 misfire. So the plug for it's right here. It doesn't look that bad, but it's I kind of burnt it off with the torch. It was like so dark, and there was so much oil on it that it just stopped sparking. Anyways, now I got it home, gonna do an oil change. I'm gonna replace all the plugs, look at them, and see if there's a problem or if it's just, I feel like they're the original plugs since it's a 2016, so it's 10 years old, but 200,000 kilometers. So it's one of those things. We're gonna dig into it and see if there's a problem. These engines have that AFM. They drop a cylinder, or drop 4 cylinders, I guess. Just fuel economy wise, I don't think it does anything other than ruin your engine, but it does have that, which is an issue. So I was kind of fearful that's why it had a misfire, because it collapsed a lifter or something. But anyway, getting too deep into it. I'm gonna do an oil change, some spark plugs. You can hang out and watch me do it. Oh, I love working when it's wet and slushy. To lay down and it's same oil, different colored bottle. We'll start her up and see if we got enough oil in her. Perfect. Overfilled, but it'll burn it. Whew. Oh. Oh. Alright, the oil's done now. We'll get to the plugs, I guess. So this is all the crap I bought that I shouldn't have had to because I already own it, but I had to because I didn't have it with me when we were on a trip. 3 cans of brake cleaner because it was on sale. Nordic berries. Ah, my sunglasses. More brake cleaner. A vernier caliper. I bought the little set here because I needed a 10 mil and it's already missing. Another magnet thing. A bunch of screwdrivers. A little 1/4-inch ratchet. Spark plug sockets. A bunch of extensions. And a $2 reusable bag. So I'm pulling out the plug that I had an issue with that gave a misfire. So it's going to be a new plug, but we're going to see if it's full of oil or if it looks healthy or whatever. Might as well start the day off with a problem. Ouch, it's hot. Plug there, so it's definitely got some oil around it, but the spark itself looks nice. So, I don't know. We're going to run it. Oh no, that one looks the same. I think it's just old plugs and they're due. That's the one I replaced the other day. The rest of them have oil all over the threads the same. This one doesn't. So I guess I'll replace them. Okay. Took me like 3 minutes to get 7 of them, and it's taken me 45 minutes to get the one off. Oh. Well, I just dropped it and it didn't hit the ground. Got it. Well, that took way too long, but I'm all done. Heading to the dump. Get rid of that old oil from the oil change and dump off that motor from that motorcycle. And maybe see if there's something I can Something I could use at the dump, bring home. Beautiful day. That it's warm, but does it ever make a mess? Washers and dryers and fridges and stuff. Alright, scrap metal. Scrap metal time. That's where you find stuff. I think the only thing I've seen so far is washers and dryers and appliances that you can't fix anymore. Old Pepsi machine. Old boat over there. That's a nice Pepsi machine. Nothing. Nothing good. I'm sure there is something good, but I don't really feel like digging around in there right now. I can't believe how many washers and dryers there are. Like, just shows you things are built like everything's just crap. Nothing lasts. This unit has been decommissioned. That little fridge right there probably works. Oh. Usually you gotta pay like an $8 minimum, but if they're busy, like they were on the phone, so it was free. That's what I should do. I should come to the dump and then when I'm going to leave, just call them, and then when they answer the phone, pull up so they're busy, and then I don't have to pay. One more oil change and I should be good for till the summer. Woo! Ah! Well, that didn't work out very well. Well. Oh, man. Well, she's a little messier when you do it yourself, but that's fine. It's not that dirty. There we go. Holy poop. Beautiful. Alright, oil's done. All the vehicles. Back this thing out here. didn't really explain the whole purpose of this video. It wasn't to show you how to do an oil change. It was basically to get at if you can figure out some common mechanical skills, whatever you want to call it, you can get yourself out of A, a lot of money, like a lot of cost, and B, just, well, here, let's say I didn't have any clue and didn't have any intention or want to figure that out. So, gone away with my family. It's winter, cold, 2 hours from home. Yes, we were in a town that had things, but it was the weekend, so most shops aren't going to just take you in and fix your car for you. Like, it's weekend, so if they can get you in, if you can get a tow truck, like, in a reasonable amount of time. So anyway, me not wanting to try it all, I would have had to call a tow truck, because I'm not driving it with an engine light on and with it shaking like this. Like, what if I break something else? So, tow truck on the weekend, so you're probably going to wait. Then you got to take it to a shop that's willing to help you and have a spot on the weekend. They're going to diagnose. And if I'm this person that doesn't know what I'm doing and doesn't want to Google or YouTube, like, you're basically writing them a blank check. Like, diagnose what the problem is, fix it, I got to get home. So even if you were able to, like, go there, not be able to fix it, but be able to Google enough or YouTube enough to figure out what the problem probably is, go there with the problem, like, it's this, and then they'll fix that instead of saying, my car sounds funny, and then, you know, blank check. Tow truck, shop, let's say I took it to the GM dealer, so, you know, what's the tow truck, 300 bucks, 400 bucks, plus 200 bucks to diagnose what the problem is, so there's, we'll call it 600 bucks. They're going to say, oh, you fouled a plug. We're going to replace all, they're not just going to replace the one plug, they're going to replace all 8 of them, so that's another, what's that, an hour? So there's another $200, $150 for the, so 6, 7, 8, not $1,000 and we're not even home yet. $1,000 all day somewhere else. Now you got to go out to eat because you didn't bring any food. Like, anyway, whole idea is if you could just figure out some small things, anybody can do it, especially nowadays with YouTube, ChatGPT, everything else. Like, basically what I'm saying is just try. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a welder, I'm not a machinist, I'm not an electrician, nothing. I'm just me that's too stubborn to not be able to figure something out. So if you could just try figuring something out, you could probably save yourself a lot of money. So if you could just try fixing or figuring out even the littlest thing on your own, you can save yourself a ton of money. Like I said, not a finance channel. I don't know anything about finances. I'm not a mechanic. This is not a how-to channel. It's just I'm basically a normal person with a normal family, with a normal income, and I can save a ton of money and time just figuring out these little things along the way. So anyway, long story short, like I said in the video, I got the code reader, 40 bucks, misfire, second cylinder. I switched the coil and plug wire to a different cylinder. Basically, that'll tell me, like, you know, if the problem moved to another cylinder, it's one of those two things, and it didn't. So it was a spark plug. So, you know, I went and paid $4 for a spark plug while the family was in a restaurant eating. Should have filmed it. Drove back, put the spark plug in. Never ran as smooth as it runs now. I think it had always, we've only owned it for like less than a year. So I think it had been fouling a plug or whatever, if that's even possible, for months. And it finally, you know, quit. So anyway, that's the whole point of this video. It wasn't to show you how to change oil. It was just, you know, something I threw together because of a event that happened that was out of my control. So anyway, that's it for this video. Get out and fix something. Later.